Okay, so next on the product list we have T-Warps, which basically allow players to interact with the console, view different warps on the menu, and choose what location they want to warp to. So we'll just go straight into this. You're in your spawn menu, entities, T-Warps, and your warp console. Now this model is configurable in the config, so you can change the model to whatever you want. So players simply walk up to it, use their use key, which by default is E for me. And as you can see, I already have 3 warps set up. The Moon, Mars, Planet Earth. You can see the name of the warp and the description at the top of the screen. There we go. All players have to do is click the warp they want to go to, so we will choose Mars. And you've got an exit button, which simply just exits out the menu, of course, and a warp button. When you click that, your screen fades, and 2 seconds you teleport, just like that. So I've teleported here because that's where I set up the thing that was like a little camera. Yeah, that's pretty much it, and as you will see here, I am currently on a cooldown, which is a feature. There we go, currently on cooldown. So we'll jump into the config, and we'll change that just so I can show you when I change coordinates. So first one, as I mentioned, you can choose the model of the console. Change it to whatever model you want, doesn't have to be the default Combine interface model, whatever from Half-Life. Cooldown, how long in seconds does the player need to wait before uses, before warps? I had it set to 20 seconds, which will be by default. I'll have it put back to 20 seconds, but I'm setting it up to 5 just for testing, alright? Now this one can get a little bit technical, but you'll get the hang of it. So the warp name is what you saw at the top of the screen. This can be anything you want, but it has to be unique. Don't have the same warp name on multiple warps. You can have warp name something else, like warp name 1, then warp name 2, then warp name 3, or V1, V2, V3, or you can have different warps on each location. It doesn't really matter, but it has to be a unique name. Yeah, anything you like, but must be unique. Description is what you also saw at the top of the screen. Keep in mind the size of your screen. Don't go overboard with the description, but tell the players a little bit about where they're warping to. For example, Jedi versus Sith, if you set up a warp for the Jedi planet and the Sith planet, allow a description to say this is owned by the Jedi, this is owned by the Sith, blah blah blah. Now, the little bit of technicals you've got to do here is use an in-game console command. So the view position is where you want, think of it as like a camera, right? Where do you want the camera to be? It doesn't actually create a camera, right? But so you can see here, where do you want the camera to actually be, right? So we'll go ahead and set up a warp here, right? So we'll go ahead and where do we want to do it? You know what, let's go over here. Right, so we'll do this corner. Right. So I want the camera to be yeah, let's put it diagonally like this, right? So all you have to do is open up your console, get pause into your console. Now the view position takes the first set of coordinates you got, right? So after set pause and before set ang, you want to copy the numbers, right? You hop in, and I'm going to change a different warp, not Planet Earth, because I'm going to show you something about the job names here. So let's do Mars. So we'll go ahead and take all this away, just like that. Now you do have spaces here. They do require a comma. Alright, don't put a trailing comma after it because you'll get an error. You want a comma after the second set of numbers and a comma after the first set of numbers, alright? Now, the view position is where the camera is actually going to be, how high it's going to be, what position do you want it in. But the angle, on the other hand, is where you're looking. So do you want the camera to look here? Do you want the camera to look there? Do you want the camera to look there? I want the camera to look here in the corner, so I'm going to go ahead and copy the second set here. So after set ang, I'm going to copy that, just like that, perfect. And that goes into view angle, so same as the view position coordinates, you want a comma after the second set and a comma after the first set. Alright, so we've saved that, keep in mind where we were looking, and I will hop, you know what, I'll just spawn in a console. And I changed Mars. There we go, so you can see that the view position and the angle has changed because I've just set up that warp. Alright, so next what we're looking at is the allowed table, which is the job names. So not your job team, this is your job name. You can restrict it to specific job names, or you can leave it empty like the moon. Alright, so I've left a comment here. What job names are allowed to work to this location? Leave blank, like this, which is here, to allow all jobs, right? Or type in the job name and only that job will be, only those jobs should I say, will be allowed to teleport to that location. So I am currently on job 2, I think, job 2, yep. Job 2, so I can teleport to Mars. I can't do planet Earth because I'm not on job name, and I can teleport to the moon. So we'll go ahead and teleport to Mars. I have Mars set up to spawn over there, which I will show you in a second. So even though I've changed the position, you do need to change the teleport position as well. So we'll go ahead and teleport to Mars, warp, and there you go, teleport. Yep. So that's that. I'll go ahead and try and teleport to planet Earth. Doesn't work because I can't teleport there because I'm not on the job with the name job name. I don't have any jobs that have that job name. I can teleport to the moon. 2 seconds and teleport. Just like that. Perfect. So next on the list we have the last option here, which is the position. Left a comment, the position where the player teleports to. Right, type get pause into your in-game console and you only need the set of numbers after set pause. So let's set up a new warp here. So let's do it over on this little platform here. So you simply type in get pause, copy first set after set pause but before set ang, hop in here. Same as the view position, you pop in a comma after the second set, comma after the first set, and we will save it. So I'll go ahead and, you know what, I'm going to put a bathtub here so you can see that this is where we spawn, just like that. So we'll go ahead and do entities, warp console, Mars, I think it was Mars that I changed. And I am on the platform and there's the bathtub. Alright, so yeah, that's T-Warps, teleports, whatever you want to call it. If you have any questions, join the Discord. Link to the Discord is in the description. On the Discord I have all my links where you can purchase the script, you can get your client role and get access to the support channels. But yeah, enjoy.